Have you noticed any changes in recreation since you came here?
Very much so again, because it's difficult to water ski at speeds below 10 miles an hour on the lake, unless you want a bow wave around your neck somewhere, then it's a bit of a problem. So some of those sorts of activities, and there were a lot of boisterous fun on the lake in terms of people being bounced around on the back of tyres, towed behind speedboats and things like that, which was quite dangerous. And we had 1 or 2 deaths on the lake. And this, as well as the noise of these motors on the lake, became a problem. And this is why the speed limit was introduced.
And the purpose-built barbecue thing that the authorities had built there was destroyed. It was immense, the amount of damage from the storm, which was interesting to me when they brought in the lake speed limit and they made the case for erosion from boats. I really didn't agree with that because I've seen what the weather has done and it's far greater than the boats. However, that was just an interest. I mean, I never had a motor boat involvement on the lake, so I really sat on the fence as far as that issue goes.
Yes, when they first brought the speed limit in, before that I never used to be able to go out at weekends because the boats used to race around that much. There used to be jet ski bikes, there used to be the water skiers, and you used to go out char fishing, and within a short period of time they used to start after we started char fishing, and the whole boat would be rocking all the time and it would be very, very difficult. And then you'll get people falling off straight in front of you and it's very difficult to avoid them, and you've got your lines out as well. And some people will.
What do you think of the speed limit, things like that?
Not a lot. I think it's had a detrimental effect on the economy. I don't think it's necessarily made the lake any cleaner. I think we've still got a lot of dirt coming through from the agricultural runoff. It's certainly not necessarily quieter. You get a lot of other noise instead. You get the loudspeakers on the public steamers. So I don't think this business of quiet enjoyment sort of hangs together at all. I think commercially it's a nonsense. I mean, why shouldn't children learn to water ski? I think it's unfair, particularly as they closed all the other lakes to power boating, and they promised when they closed Ullswater that Windermere would be open for all time. So although we live on the edge of it.
And there used to be a lot of water skiing, and the water skiers tended, not all, but there were quite a lot of them that didn't give much attention to sailing boats and things. So it became much nicer to sail again once the 10-mile-an-hour speed limit came in. And I think a lot of the businesses have adjusted. There was a lot of talk about, how much it will dent the economy because, all the people supplying motorboat accessories and wetsuits and skis and all the rest of it. But there's a lot more cruising, sailing boats now, and those with jetties and things can charge people for mooring over winter and one thing or another. And so overall I think the economy's adjusted quite well to that.
It affected a lot of businesses on the lake, didn't it?
Well, it affected mine.
How did it affect yours?
Well, I served my time as a coach swimmer, and then the cars got more mechanised and they were all like Meccano, so we only did various, every so often we got an odd car to upholster inside and do that. So I went on to working on boats, making boat covers, boat cushions, but the best customers for me were the speedboats which did the water skiing. Of course, when they stopped that, my business just dropped off, fortunately.
Yeah, but you were nearly sort of retiring anyhow. So.